We're back here live along the international border. El Chapo also wanted here in California and 6 other states to answer to charges. Once again, those numbers: 14 dead, 17 wounded, 2 suspects in tactical gear dead after a hail of gunfire. There was more than just reading, writing, and arithmetic going on here today. Students gathering in circles, also in classrooms. Chilly night here in Alpine, where the rain is falling. What a difference a couple of weeks make. Wow. But some residents say it is a welcome relief. Ramirez says that's the kind of thing his organization is concerned about, singling out groups or individuals simply because of their country of origin. Chris is out here at San Dieguito Lagoon doing research. He received permission from the FAA several months ago. Brian is also one of those fans who cannot wait for the season begin. Who is your favorite player? Who are you looking to see? Now, later in this newscast, we'll talk to shoppers who are buying up anything and everything imprinted with San Diego. This is the 3rd day of the travel ban, and what we are finding is this could be a major impact and have a major impact right here in San Diego, not just at our international airport, but at the border. Trump's order temporarily suspends all immigration for citizens of 7 majority Muslim countries for 90 days. The White House insists it is not a Muslim ban.
Keep radical Islamic terrorists out of the United States of America. We don't want them here.
Legal analyst Dan Eaton says the major problem the president is having is not the legality of the order itself, but in how it was communicated and executed.
You would expect that the President of the United States would refer this to the Justice Department.
Justice! When do we want it? Now!
Eaton says that lack of protocol led to confusion among immigration and TSA officials, which ultimately led to this.
Refugees are welcome here, no hate, no fear.
Tens of thousands protesting at airports across the country, demanding an end to the policy and called for those with legal documents to be allowed in. Alliance San Diego fielded hundreds of calls from legal immigrants and those fleeing war-torn and drought-stricken countries who have questions about the temporary rules.
We have thousands, tens of thousands of folks who cross through our ports of entry every single day. So this has ramifications.
Ramifications like the story Ramirez told me from over the weekend. Some Iraqi Christians who are permanent U.S. legal residents were visiting Mexico this weekend. When they crossed back into the U.S., they were sent into the secondary inspection lane. Now, it is not clear if this was a result of the executive order, but Ramirez says that's the kind of thing his organization is concerned about, singling out groups or individuals simply because of their country of origin. Better known, his real name is Joaquin Guzman. I can tell you that he escaped not once but twice from Mexican prisons. He was known as a criminal legend, but tonight El Chapo in a New York prison, extradited to the United States to answer to drug crimes. Guzman became a billionaire, leading one of the most dangerous drug cartels.
When most Americans think of organized crime, they naturally think of guys like John Gotti, Al Capone. They pale in comparison to Chapo Guzman.
The DEA says his Sinaloa cartel is notoriously sophisticated and deadly, responsible for flooding America's streets with drugs. Prosecutors believe he was the mastermind for burrowing those elaborate tunnels, like this one in Otay Mesa, complete with lights, walls, and rails, and others near Tecate and along the U.S.-Mexico border. A statement released by federal authority reads, "The Justice Department extends its gratitude to the government of Mexico for their extensive cooperation and assistance in securing the extradition of Guzman Loera to the United States." We're back here live along the international border. El Chapo also wanted here in California and 6 other states to answer to charges. If convicted, he could spend the rest of his life in prison. Live along the international border, Phil Farrar, CW6 News.
Home's undergoing a major renovation. So, Phil, how's it going?
Hey, they tore the roof off the sucker on this one. Let me tell you, Rebuilding Together San Diego has been doing this for 15 years. They are part of a national coalition. They receive hundreds of requests for assistance every year. And every home they refurbish has a story to tell, as is being built, rebuilt, and rebuilt nail by nail. Here in the 700 block of 30th Place in the Stockton neighborhood, which borders Logan Heights, workers literally tearing this house apart to put it back together again.
We are in awe. We're just so grateful, so happy that this is happening.
Raquel Acevedo lives here with her sister and son. This was also the home where their father grew up, but over time and years of deterioration, it's in dire need of some fixing up. Enter Rebuilding Together San Diego. Project manager Deanne Hutchison says they listen to the family's pleas for help.
We'll have a new roof. We'll have structural reinforcement, window repairs or replacement.
No more leaks during a rainstorm or roof tiles blowing away when this project is finished.
You know, that roof didn't look good. Looked really bad.
When you take a look at this home, it stands out from others in the neighborhood. The Acevedo's father is a renowned artist. The fencing around the home is a mural painted to tell the story of nature and Mother Earth. But the most important improvement for Raquel will be a concrete walk that will meander through the backyard. While it may be aesthetically pleasing, it will also serve as a useful purpose.
My son was born with spinal bifida, and he's in a wheelchair, and this is going to make it so much easier for him to have a ramp going directly into the house.
The money to rehab homes like this one comes from donations.
For something like this, maybe 50 or 60,000. 50,000. It's a phenomenal thing to see the generosity of Rebuilding Together San Diego sponsors combined with volunteers getting in the groove to improve.
Yes, it is. Crews working at a frenetic pace. They will have this home finished, believe it or not, by May 7th. That's 11 days from now. They are working on other projects as well. One involves a woman who is a military veteran. She has adopted 5 disabled children. A new heating and AC unit, flooring, electrical repairs, and paint for that home. Live in studio, Phil Farrar, CW6 News. Could this be a confectionery war? The battle, longtime Sesame Donuts versus Krispy Kreme, which is currently under construction. Owners and loyal neighborhood customers say they are ready to take on corporate America.
Too close, unfair.
For the past 27 years, customers have been coming to this donut shop. The past 17 years, Shin and Jennifer Kim have been greeting those looking for that sweet jelly roll or pastry without the hole.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, thanks. Can I get a box of a dozen?
Dozen.
But that's about to change. Krispy Kreme Donuts is moving in 50 yards away. When the Kims got the news, they said they were shocked, but have vowed to fight.
We stay here. Anyway, I have a lot of, loyal customer and a lot of, the children growing here.
Generations of families have visited Sesame Donuts. Crystal Evans grew up across the freeway in Rancho Penasquitos.
It's the best. Well, we've been coming here since I was, toddler, probably. Long time.
But Crystal, like every other customer, just recently heard the news. Krispy Kreme is coming.
We were just talking about, the effect it could have on this place and how sad it is that, mom and pops are going to be struggling more with big companies coming in.
Well, I think small business is the backbone of the United States. I support these guys.
They're awesome. Donuts are awesome.
Shin Kim says this is a fight to the finish, a good versus corporate evil. Battle of biblical proportions. They're even having David versus Goliath posters made.
Neighborhood coming, our loyal custom coming, and don't worry about Krispy Kreme coming here. We still support here. So they comfort us. So we change our mind. We are going to stay here.
CW6 spoke with the LA company that brokered the deal for Krispy Kreme. They said whatever was going to be put in this old building here that used to be a Carl's Jr. was going to upset some people. One thing they say is it will create more jobs and enhance the neighborhood. It opens in July, and by then we'll see who is cheaper by the dozen. We're live in Carmel Mountain Ranch. Phil Farrar, CW6 News. For Maria Oswald, this is more than just a deep-rooted and spruce pepper tree. For her, it is something that has been around her family for a long time, and for nearly 60 years, it's been a part of her life. 91-year-old Marie Oswald remembers the first year she moved here, May of 1957. One of the first things the transplanted Midwesterner did was change the property's landscape.
There was a little tree here that died, And my husband and I replanted it, and it's grown to this.
Marie says it's become a headache the last 5 years. Standing nearly 40 feet tall, this pepper tree's roots spread wide. Marie's sidewalk started to buckle. She called the city. Crews replaced the sidewalk, but said the tree which was causing the problem had to go. She reached out to the mayor, and early Monday he paid a surprised visit.
Hi, Marie. How are you today?
I'm pretty good.
We're gonna keep this tree.
I hope so. At least for a couple of years. I talked to the guy upstairs, and he says you got 2 more years. But I want the tree to stay.
We want you to have many more years, Marie. A whole bunch more.
Mayor Faulconer says he heard Marie loud and clear and says, big or small, she is what symbolizes San Diego.
It's meant a lot to her, obviously, and her family. And, little things mean a lot. And that's part of what I do.
Marie's husband, Whitey, passed away in 2005. But this tree serves as a reminder of the beginning of their lives together.
My husband and I watered it and, kept the parkway nice next to it. And I just hate to have it go. I want me to go, and then the tree at that time.
And we're back here live, and you can just see how big this tree is. The mayor says another arborist will look at it, but for now the limbs and buds have weathered the axe, they've weathered the storm, and this pepper tree, with a spice and kick just like Marie, it remains. We're live here in Allied Gardens. Phil Farrar, CW6 News. Phil Farrar, CW6 News. Phil Farrar, San Diego 6 News. We're live from Chargers Park. Phil Farrar, San Diego 6 News.